Napoli, Napoli, Napoli!
What's going on, fellow NaPOLITANO and cultural enthusiasts? Welcome back to NaPOLITANO TV. This is season 2, episode 29, and we are fresh off a victory at the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, 2-1 against Lecce after conceding at the third minute it was. Pretty ridiculous, considering Lecce is such a low boo-boo side, but we ended up getting the victory on a comeback win thanks to Rasmus Højlund and Matteo Politano.
Matteo NaPOLITANO.
Correct. Yes. Crazy stuff. A pretty good goal, in all honesty, too. A nice little volley. Bounced a couple times on the ground before hitting the net. Yeah. Listen, I know there's an agenda out there for this guy, but you got to respect it. All right. You saw how excited he was too. Whenever he ended up cheering, that was all the haters out there, including me.
First goal of the season.
Yeah. And he knew he was due. Far from it. Way overdue. Anyway, so let's get into the match. So, as I mentioned earlier, it was a 2-1 victory. The man for Lecce was Siebert. Don't know how you pronounce that name. Don't know the guy. First Serie A goal of his career, by the way.
Yeah.
Of course, it's against us. Typical stuff. And then we had Rasmus Højlund right from the get-go of the second half. And then the GOAT, Matteo Politano at the 67th. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the offensive performance because they showed up in the second half. I was a little bit worried after that first half performance, but Conte made some tactical adjustments and we got to it. Considering what we have, I know we have some injured players that are back from return. Obviously, they're not all the way there 100%. I mean, KDB looked pretty damn good. We'll definitely get into KDB. We're going to bring back Eyes on King Kevin, so stay tuned for that one. But yeah, offensively, like I mentioned, Conte had a nice little second half tactical adjustment, and it was very impactful. So he increased Napoli's attacking tempo, which was very, very lacking in the first half. We ended up moving the ball quicker through the midfield when we also ended up making some substitutes with McTominay coming in and Kevin De Bruyne. Zambo, to me, in the first half, I hate to say it, he doesn't look too ready now. I know I've talked about Buongiorno also not looking too ready, but he's proven me wrong, as I was hoping so, right? There was one tweet, I'll bring it up later, that I mentioned, get him out of here, right? Obviously, it was a little bit of a exaggeration, but yeah, he's back. He's back. Okay, so Debo, if you want to get into the offensive performance just a little bit, go right for it.
For me, the biggest thing that was a telltale sign of how lethargic we were in the first half was Zambo, man.
Yeah.
Zambo, there was one play where I think he lost the ball, or at least he was trying to track back to get to a defender that got the ball, that advanced the ball up. Like, he was chasing the dude that had the ball for like a second, and then like 3 seconds later, he just completely gave up. So Zambo's not fit, man. I'm surprised Conte played him if he's not fit. So I'm just wondering if maybe Conte didn't just see him enough this last week to really understand if he was fit or not, because it was obvious that he is just not ready to start a match. He needs to get his legs back, and I think he just needs to be one of our subs for a few matches before we can count on him to be impactful as a sub. I mean, maybe there's a game out there too where he might be able to start in the future where we don't really need his impact. But that's a risk too. I mean, you already talked about KDB and McTominay coming back in at the beginning of the second half, and they both look fine. Like, KDB looked like he hasn't lost a step.
Looks like he's
It was crazy
improved.
to me watching.
Dare I say he's improved? for the man of his caliber.
The way he was moving around
Yeah.
and the chemistry that he already seemed to have
Yep.
was just it was mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I mean, I am not exaggerating. I could not believe what I was seeing. And then the thing that's super exciting that there was a couple moments of in the second half was his chemistry with Santos. If dude, man, if KDB, if he knows where Santos is at any given time on the pitch and he's looking for him, watch out.
Yep.
Watch out, man. I mean, we already know that he has a pretty good idea of what Hoyland's trying to do, but he hasn't played with Santos yet, man. Only a few like days or so in training. Man, if they start building a chemistry, man, we're gonna start scoring goals. We're not gonna be,
Definitely.
getting 1 or 2 goals a game. We're gonna start blowing people out, and I'm looking forward to that, man. I just hope this isn't a flash and we do see more of this. And I'm really looking forward to the game on Friday to see if that can continue and if KDB actually starts the game. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. So you mentioned KDB quite a bit. I'll talk about him just a little bit later on onto the King Kevin topic. But overall, I'll go over the positives of the offensive play. Obviously the first half was very lackluster, but we'll definitely get into that. So Politano, man, he created that width that we needed from the wing play. Surprisingly, we always complain about Politano bringing the ball up and doing nothing with it. Well, this game, he not only scored the game winner, but also assisted to
Mhm.
Rasmus Højlund for an earlier goal in the second half. Listen, if he plays like this, I have zero complaints. My
So
only
my
complaint with him is that
yeah.
he provides nothing offensively, and he's a
Here's
winger.
my thing, man. Here's my thing. Like what he can provide is what he did in this game. When he finds space behind the defense or when he finds any other space where he's not trying to dribble his man, he can make an impact. But if he's given the ball and he's trying to dribble his man or trying to get past his man, no man. But if he is given space, if a defense is letting him have any space whatsoever, he can be effective. So I'm hoping that the reason that really happened in the second half is because KDB and McTominay were in the freaking midfield, and they were focused on that enough to where now our wingers are gonna get even more space. Even Santos is gonna get some space now, hopefully, that's what's gonna happen, and now our wingers, even Politano, will be able to make the impact that we need, and look out because then Højlund's gonna be getting some service, you know what I mean? So, I mean, he got the service from Politano in this game, and if we can continue doing that, we could go on a nice little streak here and maybe finally get a match where we can win by at least 2 goals. I can't remember last time that happened. It seems like it's before Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, it almost pisses you off to see Napoli doing so well, knowing the potential that we had with a healthy squad. I mean, we're
And
by
Inter
far,
stumbling.
yeah, this is like the time to, if we were behind like 2-3 games, we're behind 9 points. This was like the time for us to kind of play catch up and have a chance to the second Scudetto in a row and the third in 3 years, 4 years.
It's only 9 points.
I'm not going to be
It's
that hopeful.
it's only 9 points.
Mind you, Milan, watch out for that second spot. I know it doesn't mean too much, but mentally, having the season they were having, one game a season.
Milan was back in the
I was
Scudetto race for
hearing,
like 2 minutes.
yeah, I was hearing one game a season, Allegri,
Man, what a choke, bro. Ooh.
yeah, they fucked that up, to say the least.
Yep, they did.
Excuse my language, but that's just how it is. This was their chance, man. I know they don't have the best talented squad, but they have enough. I think they have enough to win the league. They just didn't show up every match. They struggled and drawed a lot against teams that are of lower caliber, and that's just how it is. But anyways, so when Politano plays this way, right, his combination play, it allows our midfield to break into the defensive compact structure, whatever you want to call it. Like it allows so much more space. This is what wingers are
Yep.
supposed to do, is
Yep.
create space for others, whether
Create
it's a
and use
striker.
the space that they're given. Yep.
Correct. Yes. So
And
anyway,
provide service.
yeah. So Politano did his thing very well. Definitely man of the match. We're gonna spoiler. Of course, he's the man of the match for us. You got to give it to the guy, no one else.
You know who else you got to talk about a little bit, man? You got to talk about Billy Gilmore a little bit because
Yes.
I mean
So
he started and he didn't look good in the first half, but it's the same reason I think.
to be
Is
honest,
that once
nobody looked good in the first half,
no,
realistically.
but once KDB and McTominay came in there, man, it seemed like Billy Gilmore was a different dude. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So
So
I think people are very stuck on Billy Gilmore being the Lobotka replacement. I think he offers much more offensively than Lobotka. Defensively, I can't say the same. Obviously, Lobo is a defensive statue back there. But in terms of offensive play, I feel like he creates much more than Lobo. So I think people
here's
need to
the
kind of
thing.
get off of that wagon of being the Lobo
Yeah.
replacement, because Lobo's not going to be with us forever. I mean, no player is, right?
Here's what I think, man. I think what it is more than anything is like Billy Gilmore is the type of player where he is trying to go vertical whenever he knows he has players that he can find vertically that are looking for that pass, right?
Sure.
That's not Lobo's game, man. Lobo's game is to hold the ball, to
Create
get it
possession.
side to side,
Mhm.
to keep possession,
Yeah.
to make very, very pinpoint passes that are, let's be honest, easy passes to make. He doesn't take a lot of risk. Gilmore's different, man. Gilmore's willing to take a risk. Gilmore can even get in and around the box and take a shot here or there. He had a chance in this game where he just couldn't get his feet right before he tried to swipe at the ball to shoot. You're not going to get that from Lobo, man. That's not Lobo's game. Lobo brings it up from the back, and he's just it's possession. Lobo, it's about possession, and you're right. He is also much more in tune with trying to, steal the ball and the defensive aspect of it too. But dude, Gilmore excited me in that second half, man. Like it just seemed that with McTominay and KDB being in there, that he felt more comfortable and he was looking for, like, it seemed like every time he got the ball, he was looking for a vertical pass. So that was exciting too.
Yeah. So, yeah, as I mentioned, Billy Gilmore, not the Lobo replacement, but definitely a great asset to have right now. Just saying. As we know, Lobo is getting older. Maybe want to cash in on him. I hate to say it, I really do, because I love Lobotka, man. By far,
Yeah.
even with Osimhen, Cavada, our crazy, Kim Min-jae, I think he's still by far our most not only consistent player, but in terms of what we need, our best player. You can tell the difference when he's not on that pitch, for sure, big time. So also, I did want to mention Rasmus Højlund. We did not forget about you with this Politano Masterclass. Once again, netting in a goal. As you guys know,
Double
if you've been paying
figures.
attention to the news, 10 goals this season, and we're gonna initiate that buy clause. No more loan. So he is ours. 23 years old, very young. All those people that gave up on him, the Man Houston, everyone sucked at Man U except for like Bruno Fernandes. Come on, that team was in a whole cluster F word. They were not
And
doing well.
man, what's crazy to think too is like, I don't think he's even come close to reaching his full potential either.
No, he's 23. He's 23.
Yeah.
I sound like those Kiesa fanboys. He's only 22, 21. Anyways, yeah, Rasmus, we got you, bro. We know that Lukaku won't be here forever either. He's definitely up there in age. So
Yeah, man.
yeah. So offensively, what we did poor. I mean, if you watched that first half, do I need to really say too much? Slow build up. Almost
I don't even
reminiscent.
remember one shot on goal in the first half, man.
Yeah, almost
Maybe not
reminiscent.
even a shot.
Yeah, almost reminiscent of our match against Verona. Just a terrible first half, not doing too well, not showing up. But yeah, we just limited chances, no creation whatsoever. Yeah, that's really it. We just didn't look like ourselves. So yeah, that is the offensive performance. Now, let's go into the defensive performance. And before I bring up this banner, I'm gonna bring up this idiot right here. Where's he at? There he is. So this guy by the name of Napoli Bronco, terrible name. He combined Napoli and Broncos together. What is this guy doing? Get rid of Buongiorno. Tired of it. Guy is our biggest liability. I can't take this anymore. 2-2. Once again, a goal conceded because of him. I think it's 5, but 6 costly mistakes this season. He's barely played. Now, mind you, recency bias. He was making sense, but the part about getting rid of him was a little too much. So tell that guy to take a chill pill. He sounds like a hater. But yeah, so BG Buongiorno, he is definitely back, and I love to see it. I love to see it. I can't complain. He was looking like a real scrub out there for a little bit, though, considering his talent and potential. He's still also a pretty young player. Yeah, he's back. So I'm happy to see it, man. I don't want to see any of our players struggle. You know, Politano included.
You know what? Especially before the end of the season too. Like I'll be honest with you. I wasn't on the train of getting him out of here like you were. You know that. I wanted to give him the summer to try to get everything straight. But that's risky, waiting until the summer, man, to see if he's going to actually be able to fix everything. So seeing him do it now, man, it's a big deal because if he can continue it the rest of the season and, not have any poor stretch of form, if he can continue playing well, he doesn't have to be like a world beater, but he's got to play at least like this for the rest of the season. Then I'm comfortable that we're not going to be worried about what to do with that position that he plays, and he will be the rock for us that we all expected him to be. But you know what, man? Defensive performance, the first 4 or 5 minutes might have been the worst that I've ever seen our team play.
Yeah.
Completely disinterested, thinking that Lecce is some Serie D team that's not going to actually try to execute a corner kick over and over again for like those first couple minutes, man. It looked like everybody just thought Lecce was coming here to not try, like to literally not try to do anything. Did they forget that this is Serie A and Lecce doesn't want to go to Serie B? Lecce is not some mid-table club where
this is the time
they don't
where
have
these
any motivation.
These relegation teams are going to start showing up
So
even more than usual.
they're not out of the relegation zone quite yet, so you know that they want to get results no matter who they're playing.
Yep.
If they were in the middle of there, like we're Torino or fucking Udinese or some, those normal teams that are always just sitting in the middle, that would be one thing if they were sitting there, right? But they ain't. They're down towards the bottom, and they can't afford not to be going for it, at least a result, no matter who they're playing. It doesn't matter if they're playing on the road or at home. Doesn't matter who they're playing. They want to get results. So, dude, dude, Conte, that should have been a message. And I don't think the message was sent. Like, I really don't think that he really hit home on making sure that they understood, hey, listen, they're coming. Especially the beginning of the match, they're going to try to take some risks. They're going to try to press us. They're going to try to do some things to get that first goal in so that they can now park the bus and try to get a result. They weren't ready. I've never seen a 3-4 minute stretch in my entire time being a fan of such poor defense, especially on free kicks or corner kicks, especially on those type of static plays where, it's not in play. So that was really frustrating. And then to see how they were playing the rest of the first half, man, I was like, oh my God, they're not going to win this game, because they just weren't doing anything or making any impact on either side of the ball. So Conte, man, he it's like tale of two halves. Even with Conte, he didn't have them ready, but he definitely had them ready for the second half. Like, weren't ready for the match, but the second half they were ready. Like, you could tell that it was turned on. You know what I mean? And then like Oliveira, bro, like Oliveira is like great or scrub. Like, he either plays a great game or like he's a world beater, or he plays like we need to freaking cut our losses and just get rid of him.
I agree.
He's that player's crazy, man. I don't understand how it can be so different from one match to the other with him. But anyway, yeah, defensive performance for me, man. The first 3 or 4 minutes was like watching 2 full matches of shit because it was so bad. It was terrible.
I mean, in all honesty, what I think that was is just lack of defensive concentration.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
I know. I'm not saying you
Especially
can. I'm just saying that's what
especially
it
on
was.
plays where especially on corner kicks and free kicks, those plays where you have all the time in the world as a defender to get where you wanna be, whether that's you're playing some type of zone type of, marking or it's man to man. When that ball came in and that dude scored, Bochum had just let him go, and then Oliveira did like one of these numbers. Didn't even try to fucking get up and get to the ball. So it's like, what are you doing? Like the concentration, you're spot on. There was 0 concentration. So that was super frustrating, man. And they can't do that crap again. I don't want to see that shit again for the rest of the season. Not one more time.
Yeah,
It was like 3 corner kicks, and every time they did it,
they were a
it's like,
threat.
oh my God, this ball's gonna go in. And it just seems fitting that those corner kicks, they were coming in perfectly too. And then one of Medit's weaknesses is that he will cannot come out confidently to get those balls either. He doesn't do that. That's one of the things that he's never really been good at. And you got to think, you're the goalkeeper. You got to be seeing that what's going on here, man. We're not concentrated and focused, and that's got to motivate you to okay, well, I'm gonna go get this ball myself. Then I'm gonna punch it out at least. The Mara just like sits back and yeah. So
Yeah.
frustrating to say the least.
Definitely frustrating. It's just something you don't expect from a Conte side is, a struggle in concentration, something so easy. I mean, we made Lecce look like Inter, one of the best set piece takers in Europe. That's how bad it was. And they're not like that. They're not like that. So, yeah,
Like you
not
said,
only,
that dude that scored is his first goal in his freaking career, Serie
course,
A career. It's like,
against
what
us.
the hell, bro?
It's either people's
And
first goals
he
against us or ex-Napoli players scoring against us.
yeah, man. Oh, so frustrating.
Yeah.
They can't do that again, man. No more of that.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah, I definitely would like that second place spot. I know people were saying, "Oh, it's not a big deal," but for me, mentally, I think it'd be a big deal just to understand with a healthy squad,
Mm-hmm.
this close. Not in the point differential, because obviously we know
Just
Inter is
be in
9
second
points
place.
ahead. Just
Yep.
understanding that with our
Yep.
squad, what we dealt with this season, we got
Yep.
second still.
It would be a huge boost to the summer Retiro,
Yep.
to having the focus for next season,
Yep.
to keeping everybody on the same page, like the rest of the league knowing, damn, Napoli finished second with all those injuries. Okay. To prove a point that Napoli is still here and we're still going to contend for Scudetti, if not win more. You know what I mean? I think that's important. Third place is important enough to me. Like fourth place, I don't want fourth. Third is a minimum. I think second at this point. I think we're close to saying that is the objective. And
9 points, 9 matches.
You're crazy. That ain't happening. No, I don't
I
see
ain't
it.
saying it's happening.
I admire
I'm just reminding you.
and hopeful.
9 points, 9 matches.
Nah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just reminding you the amount of matches and the amount of points, and it seems to keep on going down. What was it, like maybe 13 points a minute ago? That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
'Cause
saying.
they lost and then tied a match, which was 4 points. So, yep. 13 it was. So, yeah, I mean, not only was the concentration in the first half terrible defensively, we were very vulnerable in the transition game. You also mentioned, them being successful on their set pieces, but let's go into a little bit of positives and what we did well. So after the equalizer, when we scored in the 46th minute, we controlled the game much better defensively. It was almost like a little, a little switch. Our pressing was much more coordinated. We had almost like our midfield became like a shield. Right when Zambo got subbed out, you mentioned him being a little bit sluggish, and honestly, I don't know if that's due to injury because we know Zambo. He's either the best player on our team at times or like someone who's just disappeared. He's like that. I know he had that really good span of like getting like 5 man of the matches in like a month and a half or something, but we're used to seeing Zambo kind of be, really good or not that guy. So I don't know if his injury has anything to do with that. I just think it was one of those matches for him. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not going to judge a player anymore after a injury based on the Buongiorno information that we've received recently. So
I don't think Zombo's fit. That's all. I just don't think he's fit. Like I don't
it
think
could
his
be.
muscles are ready.
It could be that, but I don't know because he's been sluggish frequently before. It's happened plenty of times to where, like I mentioned, he's either the best or mid. So yeah, in our back three, this is where Buongiorno actually excels in this formation as a back three. Very stable. The stability in the second half was remarkable. We didn't allow anything that we did in the first. We took complete control of the game with 70% possession, which is very surprising considering that first half.
And Buongiorno played well the whole game. He wasn't part of the problem in the first half.
I'm not going to mention that Buongiorno played bad at all.
Yeah.
I just think that as a team, we weren't very good in general, right? I'm not going to name like specifics, but it was most of
the midfield's part of that, right? So yeah.
And Anguissa was a big part of that. So, anyways, defensively, second half, as you mentioned, a tale of two halves, both offensively and defensively, just as a team, complete different team. Simple as that. Now, I'm going to enjoy doing this one. Where are we at here? Okay, so we usually mention the song of the match and the Wayo of the match, but today we'll just call it the Wayo of the match, right? I mean, and who else could it be?
Napoli, Napoli, Napoli!
Napolitano, as I should say. Ladies and gentlemen, Politano has scored his first
Napoli,
I should have played it again. All right, so Politano
He
has
deserves
scored.
2 of them.
He does. He deserves the whole rest of the
One
video.
for each
This
goal
is
contribution.
big old image on top of the screen. The whole rest of the video.
Man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Napolitano has scored his first goal of the season, and in fantastic fashion. I can't even speak right because I'm so astonished and shocked that this has happened. Inarguably, the best player of the match. He gets an assist, he gets a goal. He looks great for most of the match. I'm not going to mention the first half there, but yeah, this is his ability. This is what we're used to seeing when he was like under Rudy Garcia, like when he was getting double-digit goals and almost double-digit assists. This is cool. This is what I want a winger to do. I respect the grit and the hustle and the defensive ability, but in terms of offensive play, this is what we're looking for, man. This is what we get from Neres, from Santos, Vergara playing on the wings. This is what we need for Politano, man.
But he wasn't even he was doing this playing a not a winger. What's the one behind that? I'm brain fart.
Defensive back. I don't know.
Not wing back. There you go. Damn it. Brain. Jeez, I'm too old. Yeah, he was playing wing back. He wasn't even playing winger. So like, I don't know, man. I hope this is not just a one-time thing.
No,
but like I said earlier, I do think that his play, he was given more space once McTominay and KDB were in there, man, because the defenders had to focus on them a lot more. So I'm hoping that we'll see this more, and we're not going to be trying to ask him to bring the ball up and out dribble his guy, because he can't do that. No, like at all. He can't. So this is what we need from him. And he needs help to get into these positions by defenders letting him have the space. So if that happens, he should be able to contribute in this fashion consistently. And I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I just hope this continues. We already talked about Politano and what he's done well. I just wanted to, kind of give him a little entrance as he deserves here.
Yep.
We made his image very big on purpose because
100%.
this is a huge game for him and a huge game for the Politano lovers or the Politano haters, because you're either one or the other, most likely. Yeah. So congratulations on man of the match, your first goal of the season. Well deserved, because we know that you hustle hard and you try to do your thing, but it usually doesn't end up working out. But it did this match, and that's what matters. So we're gonna give you the recognition you deserve, Matteo.
And him being able to be subbed in. When did he get subbed in, man? I think Miguel.
I don't recall
Gutierrez.
the exact
Yeah,
time.
man. I think Gutierrez came in for him in the 72nd minute. That's about the right time.
Yeah.
Late 60s, early 70s for him to get subbed in, because he's not a young buck anymore, and he can do that. Like, he can go 60 to 70 minutes hard like he did in that game. And I'm looking forward to seeing it more and more.
Definitely. God, I hope so.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hey, man, you have to admit we're a different team when he makes an impact.
Well, of course.
Like, we're completely different.
Of course.
So
Definitely. Next up, as all the excitement fades away, well, not necessarily, because Kevin De Bruyne,
yeah,
It's-
man.
he's back. ladies.
Yeah, man.
Looks sharper than he did all season long, coming off an injury. I can see why he went back to his home in England, because he knew they had some sauce over there for him, just like they did the other time with his major injury. He came back pretty sharp too.
He didn't have no pizza to eat, man.
I'm not gonna lie, he wasn't chubby or fat, but you could definitely see that he was gaining some weight.
He looks fit now, man. Like, he
very fit.
Yeah.
No diddy.
Didn't you say that you mixed him up with Hoyland again that game?
Yeah. So the one play, I mean, I kind of always mix them up because they're both pale white guys with blonde hair. And that one game, both were wearing red shoes, so it was kind of hard, and I couldn't see their.
Oh, were they? Yeah, I
number.
didn't recognize
I
that.
forgot which game it was. I think it was the game where KDB hit that one free kick. That was kind of just a bit lucky. I don't remember who we played, but yeah, it was that game. So yeah, I mean, Kevin De Bruyne, what he did well, when he came on at halftime, he immediately changed the rhythm of Napoli's attack.
Yep.
Presence was felt. Okay.
Yep.
We complete control of the midfield and dictated tempo all second half long. Lecce was completely out of the match. Surprisingly, we only scored 2 goals, but whatever. A win's a win. 3 points is 3 points. So his quick passing and vision allowed Napoli to move the ball faster and between the lines, as what we're used to seeing with KDB, with that amazing connection with him and Højlund. I hope to see that with Lukaku as well, because we both know they like to play with their backs behind the ball. And
don't forget about that really good link up with Santos, and Santos had a shot on goal that the goalie made a good save
I was
on.
about to get into that. Santos also. I know we didn't make a segment for Santos, but he honestly deserves one too. Realistically, I mean, this guy is honestly becoming one of my favorite players. Slowly but surely, he's getting to that point. Yep. Now, after Ezequiel Lavezzi, I tried to get closer to like Osimhen and Cavani. Never happening again. I'm never gonna put. I didn't put. Okay, hold on. Paul Show, I kind of almost did put the player over the shirt. Not necessarily to where I would watch him play for PSG and root for PSG, but mindfully so. I
admit I did that.
You watched him play for PSG? No, you did not.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yep. That is crazy coming from you. Not gonna lie. Did not know that. You must have been in the basement watching PSG games, because I'd never see you do that.
I love watching him play, man.
Well, definitely.
So,
definitely.
Of course, I was going to keep watching him at PSG.
But you were rooting for PSG. No.
I was rooting for him.
Okay.
And he was playing for PSG.
That's a big difference.
So
I'm talking about people
almost
that just follow a player, how they follow LeBron to the Cavs, to the Heat, to the Lakers, back to the Cavs, to the Lakers, whatever. No,
I wanted him to score. I wanted him to provide assists. I wanted him to go on his
course. Well, you
runs. I
want the
wanted
player
him
to
to
succeed,
make a
especially.
positive impact.
Of
The
course, of
same thing
course.
with Cavani, man. This is the
Okay.
same thing with Cavani and
Yeah,
PSG. Do I own any PSG gear? No. Not
I
even a
actually
Lavezzi jersey?
own a.
No.
I actually own
But I
a.
was paying attention
Hold on.
every match that PSG was playing
Mhm.
with Pocho. Definitely.
It's funny that you mentioned the PSG attire because I actually do own a. It's the Weekend, the artist, but he partnered with like PSG. I have like his shirt and it shows PSG on it, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
not like a jersey or anything. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, overall, as we're used to seeing with KDB, creation, playmaking. He took a long range attempt as well, I believe, on goal, which I was hoping
Yeah. Well, it was just
would go
off
in.
goal, but it
Yeah,
it
yeah.
had the curve and everything that we're used to seeing from him.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
And he took a free kick or two that was really good too, man.
And that pass to Santos
Not a free
was
kick. I mean, corner kick.
yeah, and that that a pass to a Santos was very good as well, where Santos
Yep.
could have definitely nailed one in there.
You know, and I'll be honest with you, man. Something that I love right now with Santos and him is that Santos made I think it was a post on Instagram where he's just like,
I did see that.
"This is
Yes.
crazy. I'm playing with
Kevin De
a
Bruyne.
legend."
Yeah,
Dude, that actually means something when a player calls out a legend that is on his team that he's now getting to play with, and he's a young player. You
yeah,
know that Santos is loving that, and I think KDB is going to soak that up, and he's going to start building a chemistry with him, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they play in a full match when KDB starts. God, I hope he starts on Friday versus Coyote. I
yeah.
think he will.
That would be a good match to do it. I mean, we're only playing one game a season now, anyways. But
I think Coyote. Where's Coyote in the table? I think they're safe, aren't they? Let's see.
I'm not
They got
quite
30
sure.
points.
Oh yeah,
And Cremonese at 25. They're not quite safe yet, man.
they're not safe, but they're there.
Yes.
I don't expect them to get relegated. They also have
Yeah, but you know,
an
they're
okay team
and
that
then
can
their
stay above.
fans, their fans hate us, man. They're coming to play in that game.
Oh, of course. I
Oh,
mean, come on.
it would
Everyone
be
can play
nice to
against us.
dominate one game here soon. I hope we can really, really take it to them, man.
Yeah.
But they're coming to play. Fuck. I wish we were playing more teams like Udinese, Parma, not Genoa right now. You see Genoa's form?
Red
Genoa
hot.
was like one of the best teams in the league since De Rossi was their
Red
coach.
hot.
But Udinese, Parma, Torino, those are the teams we need to play. We just got done with Torino. We might still have Udinese and Parma, but
If it's
those
Torino
teams,
away, I do
they're
not want to
chilling.
play Torino away. That's
No,
always a
we
struggle.
just played Torino. I think we played them twice already now, man.
I'm pretty sure as well. Yes. That
Yeah.
makes sense. And we ended up, I think we tie or lose one of those games. I think we lost. Could be wrong. I don't know. This season is a complete blur because I'm just trying
We've
to
lost
hold
too
on the
many
top
games
four.
to remember all of them.
Yeah, it's that bad. So
No,
yeah, I
man.
mean,
Oh wait, no. Hold on. Let me check. I'm curious, to be honest.
go
Let's
for
see.
it.
Torino.
Got a fetish for Torino?
No, I'm just curious if yeah, man, you're right.
We lost,
to
right?
them 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah, in October. Yeah, that
And it was away.
anyway.
It's never easy
Yeah,
playing
it
them
was
there.
away.
Inter plays them away.
You're right,
Be
man.
careful. So yeah, I mean, KDB.
Mm.
Let's get back to a KDB. Got a little bit off track there.
Okay.
So yeah, as I mentioned, chance creation and playmaking, one of the best to ever do it. Santos gives him his respect. Man, you know how high of a caliber you have to be for another player on your team to single-handedly make a post just about you and like how it
Yeah,
is to
man.
play with you. I mean, dude, the guy's a legend already. He's completed the book. He has. I mean, the only thing he could really do to add another chapter is, win a Scudetto with us somewhere that's not in the Prem. That'd be pretty cool. Just saying. He was a key role in the winning goal, as you mentioned. He did make that corner kick cross, and yeah, he just kept delivering dangerous balls all game long. So hopefully, eventually, we can see one of those get in the net from one of our players. I'm thinking he'll get a assist through Hoyland pretty soon here. Maybe next match. We'll see. But yeah,
I'd love to see KDB get a goal.
That would be better, in my opinion. I
Especially if it's
definitely want to see him score.
Free kick or something like that, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
We haven't had that since he scored one. So, yeah. Right?
And got injured at the same time, right? Or was it a penalty kick?
Am I wrong or am I right? We haven't scored a free kick.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. How many have we scored on a free kick this year?
Like this year, like 2026? I don't recall.
Like even 2025, have we scored on a free kick?
KDB. He scored
the
free kick for us.
I know you're not talking about that first goal in the beginning of the season where he was needing to pass it and it went in.
That's a free kick
but we wasn't trying to score on that.
I said it was a little bit lucky.
In.
I said it was a little bit lucky. All right. It's a free kick goal. It's a free kick goal. Don't take that away from KDB.
He put it in the right spot for somebody to get on the end of it, man, but he was not trying to score.
Anyways, got a KDB hater in here. Next up, we will talk real quickly about Como and
How do we have
Roma.
a KDB hater if we have
You're not going to give him credit for that goal? Come on.
Called Eyes on King Kev. I didn't say he wasn't getting credit.
Well, it sounds like you don't want to give him credit
scored.
Okay.
But he wasn't trying to score.
We don't know that. Como and Roma. Como ended up winning the match 2-1, surpassing both Juventus and Roma for that fourth place spot.
Yep.
Pretty crazy. You did mention, I did not, that Como would get top 4. This was a long time ago. Yes, you did. I looked back at the video.
Say that. No. I said it would be amazing if they did. My prediction was always Napoli, Inter, Milan, Roma.
Okay, well, there was one video. It might not have been that long ago, but you said you had Como getting into the top 4. I'll have to send you that directly.
Yeah,
I'll show you. That. You said the way they were playing, the way that Juventus was not doing what they were doing.
Maybe
Roma
if that
being
video
Roma.
Maybe if that video was before the Roma match, but not a while ago. No, I didn't say that. Okay. I would love to see them finish top 4. And right now, if you were to ask me to put money on the table of who's going to finish top 4, Como's getting top 4. Como's getting 4th. If I had to bet on it right now, for sure.
Looking at their schedule as well, compared to Juve and Roma, yeah, I think Como can nudge into top 4. And it
sucks that we actually have to play them towards the end of the season.
Yes, we do, and I think we're tying that game.
I think it depends, man. We need to see where we're both sitting at that point. Because I'm gonna be straight up, like I think Roma's gonna start dipping, and I don't see why anybody can be confident that Juve is just gonna keep on. Like if they're gonna start on a winning streak, Juve is probably gonna drop points. So like if Como is comfortable in 4th place, like if they're like 6 points up, that's what the second to last game of the season. Oh no, it's not. I think it's the 4th to the last. I think we play them. We got Napoli. We got Udinese in Napoli. Then that's the last game of the season.
Okay.
And then we got Pisa before that on the road. Then we got Bologna at home. So it's the 4th to the last game. So more than likely they're not going to be safe. And we're top 4 by then. And there's still going to be 3 matches yet.
We're playing away as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be easy.
That's going to be a hard match. That might be our hardest match the rest of this season. Yeah, that's going to be our hardest match. I think we're going to be
harder than Milan, huh?
Yeah, because we're playing Milan at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not. We're going to beat them. Like I'm confident in that. Because the players will be up for that game just because it's Milan. It's at home. Our confidence is building. We got players coming back. I mean, KDB is probably gonna. I mean, KDB looks like he's that close to being in form. So by then he'll be in form. I'm not worried about but when we play Como gonna need to get a result, if not a win in that game. So that's gonna be rough. It's probably gonna be one of those Conte master classes where it's 0-0. Isn't that what happened at the beginning of the season? Like
Yes.
Como came into the Maradona and they're like, you know what? We're gonna park the butt. Like I remember they weren't
That was
trying to
crazy.
play on
Yeah.
the front foot. Remember
They
that?
did not play their game. I'll tell you that because they're
Yeah.
always attack. But against us,
Yep.
for some reason, I guess
I remember that.
Fabregas was completely flustered by Conte's tactics and said, "Screw it, we're gonna leave here with the draw at the most." So that's what they did. But I don't think we'll see that Como side, considering their situation, being at
Yeah.
home. I think we'll see some attacking football. It might
That's
be
gonna
like
be
a
a fun match,
3-2.
man.
2-2 kind of match. That's what I'm getting at there. But we'll see. We'll see. It's
I'm
only
excited
time
for
will
that
tell.
match.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun watch, hopefully. But yeah, we had to mention Como Roma just because Roma were kind of on our butts at a one point for that
Oh,
third,
the
fourth
biggest
spot.
reason we got to mention Como Roma is because Juve isn't in fourth.
Mhm. I want them to still
Before
have
that
Europe.
match, they were.
I want
Before
them
that
to
match, they
still
were in
have European football. I want them to do it, but not in the UCL. I want them to take
Conference
their
League.
games in
Sixth
conference. That's
place.
crazy. Even at Europa League, I would be okay with. Honestly, I would be
You
okay
know
with
what,
that.
man? Europa League. You know why I don't want them in Europa League?
Why?
Because they're definitely good enough to win that fucking trophy.
Oh, please.
I don't
Hell
want them
no.
to get no trophy, man.
Hell no.
If they win a Conference League trophy,
Yeah, just
they'll
like Roma.
get an applause.
Applause.
But a
Like,
Europa League
congratulations,
trophy,
bro.
man, I don't want them to get that, man, because they're good enough, and that's a trophy that I think has some meaning. So I don't want
Yeah.
Europa League. I want Conference League, and I want them to like go all the way in Conference League so that they can, have tired legs towards the end of the season. But we'll see what happens. I definitely do think Como's getting fourth now, and then I think Roma and Juve are going to fight for fifth.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. So we have 9 matches left to go, and we are 9 points behind Inter. So with that being said, let me bring up the league standings. Boom.
9 points, 9 matches.
Oh, Lord. So Inter are sitting in first, as usual, as it's been for most of the season. They got 68 points with a 42 goal differential, way ahead of anybody else. Milan are only 1 point ahead of us in second with 60. As
You see who's got the
they've lost
second best
2
goal
of the last
differential,
5.
right?
I do. I'm about to mention them right now.
Mm.
Napoli in third, as we all know, 1 point behind Milan and Como with 54, 5 points behind us, 6 behind Milan. That's 2 games, and they have a 26 goal differential. Considering they also lost to Inter 5-0. Right, it was a pretty bad match, and they still have the second best goal differential in the league. Almost makes you wonder, if they can play each other one more time. Don't they? Don't they play each other one more time? I think they do.
Como and who?
Inter, I think they do. That's one of their tough matches.
I'll check real quick.
Yeah, please do, because that'll be a different match. I'm not seeing a 5-0. I know Fabregas came out and mentioned that, we're not going to ever change our style of football, even if we lose a match like that, which was crazy, by the way. 5-0.
You might be thinking of the Coppa Italia. They play them in the
in the semis.
In the second leg, I think. So they played the first leg and it ended 0-0.
Mm-hmm.
They got to play them in the Coppa Italia again on the 12th of April.
Is that at Como or Inter?
And then they play, and then you're right. No, wait a minute. Hold on a second, dude. Okay. April 12th, they play them in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. They play them in. So Como going to give you a gift. They play them in the league on April 12th. Ooh. Birthday present to Mario. Then they play them again at Inter in the Copa on April 22nd. Dude, Como is set up so good to make a statement.
If they win both those matches,
they have a real opportunity to win the Coppa Italia, and they have a distinct opportunity to finish top 4.
Listen, I would rather
they get to play Inter. Like, they get to go into Inter with the Coppa Italia final on the line. Imagine them leaving Inter, booting Inter out of the Coppa Italia, and them getting to the final.
Yeah, I would rather have them win against Inter in the Copa, because we know Inter's going to win the Scudetto unless they do a historic choke job. And I mean historic, right? Last year was one thing when we were only 1 point behind them, but this would be historic, having a 8-point lead and a 9-point lead there. I just don't see it happening. All right. But I would love to see Como get a trophy this season. I don't want to see Inter get two. One's plenty. So I would definitely like that. And I'm going to continue with Juventus in fifth at 53 points, and Roma just going downhill, man. The last three, they've drawn once and lost twice. Pretty crazy, considering one of those matches was against the ex-Romanista De Rossi.
You know,
Who
man,
also did
Inter
not
got to go and
celebrate.
play.
He did not celebrate when Genoa scored that goal. Still ridiculous to me. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break.
Yeah, man, he's a Roma legend, though.
Give
Hey,
me a
Mario,
break.
9 points, 9 matches. Inter plays where this next weekend?
Where?
They play against a team that needs to make sure that they are completely out of the relegation zone,
Cagliari.
or
That's
it's
right.
like a disaster. Remember when Fiorentina was like at the bottom of the table for such a
it's
long time?
Fiorentina. They also play Cagliari too. That's
And
crazy.
Fiorentina's in some form now too, man. They got 3 wins out of the last 5, 1 loss and 1 draw. They're sitting at 28, and Cremonese is at 24. So they can't they can't afford to lose that match. Inter's coming into there with them confident and wanting a victory.
Man,
Inter could drop another 3 points.
they got some
We
tough
could gain
matches.
another 3 points. And that 9 is at 6 with 8 matches to go. You know, as soon as the points gets less than the amount of matches left, we have to start talking about it. And that could happen this weekend.
You got to
We're not
remember.
talking about
You
it
got to
yet.
remember. You do
We're not.
understand. We have to almost win out to win this thing. You do understand that, right?
And Inter has to lose points.
I know.
That could
but
start this weekend. So even if Inter drew and we beat Cagliari, that 9 goes to 7. 7 points with 8 matches left. So it's not less yet. As soon as the points get less than the matches, now we can start talking. That could happen this weekend. It could be 6 points with 8 matches left, man.
Listen, I don't even use Twitter anymore, and I just know, considering how toxic it is on there, the Interisti on there will never, and I mean never, hear the end of it if they do not win this Scudetto. That would be utterly insane.
What did you call it?
Call what?
If they actually lost the Scudetto at this point, no matter if it was to us or Milan. What did you call it?
I think only Juventus has lost. I don't know what the point lead was, but I know like historically they blew a pretty big lead. This was like a long time ago, like quite a while back. They would do something like that when Twitter wasn't a thing back then. But with social media nowadays, huh?
You said historic.
Yes, because only Juventus, as a big club, has lost, considering the fact the lead that they've had so late into the season. I'll have to bring that up, but I was curious the other day looking at it. I was like, wow. Juventus out of all the teams did this, of course.
Just due to the fact that we can't really come up with another moment where a team has historically collapsed, this would be an historic collapse. If not the worst ever, close enough.
Yeah, I'll have to look again what Juventus. I just skimmed through the article. I don't recall like the exact points. That was like a couple weeks ago.
So
I was just curious because I thought Milan would start putting up a fight after they.
So let's ask each other this question: if it happens, which it's not gonna happen, we all know that's realistically not gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
Like there's maybe a glimmer of hope, right? But if it did happen, do you think it's more of an historic collapse or more of an historic victory if Napoli was to actually win the Scudetto?
I mean, that would go both ways. It's not only a collapse,
I'm
considering our situation specifically. how
No,
we
I'm
dealt with
asking you a
injuries.
question, man. I
And I'm
want you to give
answering
me an
it.
answer.
I
No,
am.
you're trying to like beat around. Is it more
I'm
historic of a collapse or more historic of a victory?
oh, like which one is more historic? A
No,
collapse
which
or a
one is
victory?
more profound? Like,
Okay.
what is
I'm gonna
more
be
that?
I'm gonna be
Okay, so
realistic.
Inter's the bigger club, so people are gonna
I know
fucking
what
talk
you're saying.
about
I
them
know what you're
more.
saying. I know what you're saying.
Okay,
So realistically, for Napoli fans, it would be historically more of a victory considering our situation. But to the
I'm
general
talking.
fan base, to the
Yeah,
general
that's what.
audience, it would be a collapse.
Yeah,
Inter are a big club. They've had a crazy lead, a 13-point lead against us
yeah,
specifically, right? We know Milan were close at one point, and then considering that they
yeah,
beat them in the
yeah,
derby and haven't lost in 7 derbies in a row, like you were thinking,
yeah.
oh damn, like Milan is actually going to probably do the thing,
Mm,
and they're not because they just lost against Lazio,
yeah.
and then Leao had a complete, I don't know what it was, but he pushes Allegri out the way, just completely throws a
Yeah,
fit,
something like
which
that.
is
Yeah,
kind of what he does. We know that mentally, people compare him to a Cavada from the last season and such, but Leao mentally is not always there. But talent wise, we know he's profound. He's that guy. But yeah, I'm just gonna cut it at that. As a Napoli fan, we know it would be a victory to us, like a historic victory, because we had our whole team almost injured. Like we had the
but
most
I don't
injuries
think
this
there's. But
season
yeah,
compared
but
to any
I
other.
don't think there's a question about that. What I'm
If
trying
if
to
we
get
won
you.
the Scudetto, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Nobody would give us the credit. They would say Inter choked, Inter did this. They would not. Just understanding we are Napoli, right?
Okay,
That's one thing.
do you say that those people that would do that would be wrong in making the focus on that? Because I do.
Yeah,
I
because
absolutely 100% do.
I'm always gonna
It
be a
would be
bit
more.
biased towards
It
Napoli,
would
of
be
course.
for the actual knowledgeable cultural fan that really understands everything that would have happened this season. For me, that individual would say that it is more impressive that Napoli was able to pull this off with everything that's happened this season. Let's take into account the shit show that we put on in the UCL in Champions League,
Ugh.
right? Because that's what it was. To be able to deal with that adversity. Did I say that word right?
Mhm. You got it.
Adversity. Okay. To deal with that, to deal with all the injuries, and to be able to pull out a Scudetto victory would be more impressive than it would be a collapse for Inter to lose it. 100%. For the person that knows what they're really talking about, and it's not just about Inter being the big club and Napoli being the smaller club. And no, I absolutely believe that that would be something that people should say is more impressive. But you're right. That's not
They're
what's going
not
to
going to.
happen.
Of course not.
Or not. I said gonna. That is not what would happen if we were able to pull this out. It would be more about Inter and their collapse. And you know what they would say, man? They would bring up last year too. They would bring up last year and how they were trying to get the treble and how they choked that away. They would say, "Oh, Inter choked 2 years in a row, and this was a massive choke. This was historic." They wouldn't say, "Oh, Napoli, after being in 10th place, was able to win a Scudetto off the jump and then repeat in the first time in the history of their club." They wouldn't say that. That's more impressive to be able to do that than Inter choking 2 years in a row.
Listen,
And I don't even think it's debatable, man. But you're right. The majority of people would say that other crap.
in this day
Hmm.
and age, considering how
Hmm.
social media is in general, the negative, the choke job of Inter,
Yep.
it would always
Yeah, you're right.
always get more attention. Even if we weren't Napoli, even if we were like Juventus, Milan, Roma, whatever, anybody else, they would still, just off the negativity that it provides.
Yeah,
People
you're
love
right.
it.
That
They love
that
it.
too,
I
man.
hate to say it, but it's the truth. Social media,
People love hating on people. People love the
yeah,
negativity. People love the
yeah.
People want to see others choke. People want to see others fail because it makes them feel better. You know what I mean? So
Just
you
so
you ain't
sad.
wrong. You
That
ain't
happens
wrong.
with all aspects of life, not even just
Yep,
sports,
you're not wrong.
just anything. And social media is honestly one of the main roots to that because that's where people express themselves and
Yeah,
feel like it's
Yep.
okay. Me, I don't give a flying, you know what?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't care, but that's just how it's gonna be.
Sometimes it's like it's frustrating how as a society we want others to fail instead of the opposite. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. That's exactly how it would happen, but it would be so wrong because it's more impressive if Napoli pulls this off than it is Inter choking.
And I
Like
agree.
100%.
I'm not saying that I don't agree with you. I mean, mind
Yeah.
you, even being a Napoli fan and being a bit biased towards Napoli, I mean, even if I was someone else and I saw this team that dealt with this, you know, understood their issues and how they managed to still come back being down so much, even with Inter choking it away. Because mind
I
you,
mean the other
how many points do Inter have? Let me bring up the
68.
68. So if they went out, how many points is that? 9 times 3, 27. 27 plus 68. I'm not good at quick math. I'm not going to do it. 88. So they'll have over 90 points if they were to like win out, right? We had a season where we had 91 points
91.
and didn't win. So even, you know, even considering the fact that they get 83, 84 points and we're above them, it's still a pretty good point differential, like from our end, like doing what we need to do. It's not like we had like a 79, 81 kind of standing, you know. Inter still did their thing even while choking. They still had a good season. So
And the other thing that people will bring up, like, and they even did this choking it without playing in the Champions League any further.
Yep.
They'll say that too. They'll be like, "Wow, they even did that, and they weren't playing in Champions League." And you know, you'll get somebody that'll be like, "Oh yeah,
Man,
but they were playing in the
Inter
Copa."
fans wouldn't hear the end of it, bro. Because even in the UCL losing against the what are they called? Guild. I don't freaking know, man. That one team that beat Real Madrid and Man City too. I don't know. They're pretty good. I should be familiar with their name, but I think it's Bodo Guild.
Oh yeah, Bodo Gimp or something. Oh,
Something like that. It's a weird team name. But yeah.
Yeah, they play in the Arctic.
Yeah, I guess. So, anyways, that was a bit of a rant, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't have a banner for that.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, the banner's 9.9 matches, but you put it up there for like a split second. So
yeah, it's not a big deal. But we definitely went into it. So
that's that. 6 points. 6 points after this weekend.
Oh Lord.
So let me ask you this, right? 6 points after this weekend is a distinct possibility. A month ago, 1 month, 3 or 4 matches. If we were 6 points behind Inter, man, this stupid tracking on the stupid camera. Every time I put my hand up, can we stop that already? Jeez.
Okay. You always forget to take it off.
A month ago, 3 or 4 matches ago, if we were 6 points behind, would you have believed then? Tell the truth.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Come on.
I don't know.
A month ago, if we were only 6 points behind them.
I don't know. Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's only a month. Like it's only 3 or 4 matches that we're talking about here where if they do lose that game against a team that has to win because they will imagine what it's like for a Fiorentina is an important club. If they're in Serie B next year, that is like something that's like unprecedented for a club of their stature to be in Serie B. So they are coming to win that game. You know what I mean? They have to come. So there is a distinct possibility it could be 6 points with 8 matches left. And you're telling me a month ago, 6 points with 10 or 11 matches left, 12 maybe, that you would believe then, but you don't want to believe now. Inter's form, if they do that, the last 3 matches, loss, draw, loss. I'm just saying.
You're making me way too hopeful.
God, this stupid tracking came on again. I need to stop putting my hands up. So yeah. Oof, man. When do they play Fiorentina? They play before or after us?
I don't even know.
Oh, they play after because we play on Friday. Even better. They'll be like, we'll see the table and we'll be only 6 points behind them in the table for a day or two.
Well, what's crazy about all this? Want to know what's
Inter gonna
actually
be
crazy? Hold
those
on,
players.
before you
Every
get
single
too
one of those
excited-
players is gonna look at
before you
that.
get too excited. We have to basically win out, dude. Like we have to. We have to. Even
Okay.
with Inter losing points, we still have to
We
win
have to
games
win
that are
out.
gonna
So,
be tough.
do you remember 2 years ago we had an 11 game? If I remember right, brain's probably not remembering this correctly, but I think we had an 11 match winning streak. If not this last Scudetto, the one before that was Spalletti. Like, and the rest of our schedule, the only, we'll call it 5-star match, the only one left is against Como on the road. And the only other difficult match really is against Milan at home. So the winning streak, it's possible. Like we can win out.
I don't hear
You
you.
know, Conte, man, you know what Conte said in his press conference, right? He said something like, you know, we got clubs out here that are, you know, trying to light their fireworks, but we're lighting fireworks on the pitch.
That was probably the corniest thing I've heard from Conte then.
But you know what he's saying, right?
No, I know what he's saying.
He's saying
damn.
people out there are trying to pre-celebrate, trying to get that firework ready to get shot off.
You don't have to explain that. I
But
definitely understand it. I understand.
okay. Yeah,
the
it was a
metaphor
little corny.
A
It was a
little
little corny. But anyway, I guarantee you that Conte is going home every night after training knowing what he has the possibility to do.
Listen, I'm not gonna get too excited. You know, you're trying your hardest to get
I'm
me
not
excited.
excited
I
yet.
know you're getting.
I am not excited, but if we're 6 points down with 8 matches left after Inter plays Fiorentina, will you believe then? You have to say that is a huge difference. You have to admit that at least.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for watching Napoli Nation TV. This will conclude the video. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to jinx that. I'm not going to say a damn thing. If it happens, it happens. Debo
It ain't even
here.
about jinxing it yet because it's so like it's possible, but it's still way off. So you can't jinx it. If you're gonna jinx it, it's Inter jinxing them, saying that they're gonna freaking
What if I say
win it.
yes? What if I say yes and then we somehow lose by 1 point?
I ain't asking you to say yes. All I'm saying is after this weekend.
Say yes. Am I gonna do it? No, I'm not gonna say yes.
But what I'm saying is after this weekend, if it's 6 points with 8 matches left, will you at least have, we'll just call it hope? Will you at least be willing to have the discussion? Will you look harder at the rest of the schedule and see if it's possible?
Is definitely reasonable. Of course.
Okay. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah.
All I'm asking for
I'm
is
not
a
gonna say,
banner
we're
that
gonna
we
win
put
this.
up for our next
We're
recording
gonna win this thing.
that says 6 points, 8 matches left. That's our next recording.
What I do
we're gonna
think
put that
will
on.
happen. What I do think will happen is that we will get second place. That I will say confidently. I think Milan are on a downtrend and we are on an uptrend, and I think they will blow away second place. That's what I think will happen.
I think everybody can say that with confidence too.
Not really. We can always just lose one match and then Milan win the next. It's only a 1 point lead, and then
I think the majority of our fan base can honestly tell themselves
I'm talking
that
about the
second
general
place
audience. I'm talking about Serie A fans. Our fan base will always have our backs.
Serie A fans, they'll probably say some crazy shit like Conte gonna get fired before the season's over.
Listen, not everybody hates this, all right? Not everybody hates this.
If you're not a Napoli fan, you don't like Napoli. What other fan base out there? maybe the Genoa fan base still has a soft spot for us. Ain't nobody else. We're hated like big time.
Yeah, we
You know,
are. We are.
yeah. Let them hate.
That's what I say. Let them hate. They want to hate. We don't waste our time with them scrubs. We don't got time for that nonsense with anything in life. A waste of time. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for watching Napoli Nation TV. We appreciate you guys stopping by. I know the schedule is kind of wonky. We're not too consistent. My wife just gave birth to our beautiful daughter, Mila. Times are going to get a lot busier than what they already are. So, you know, the dad life is not for the weak, as you know.
Is Mila's brother getting toilet changing training yet?
Man, I'm hoping
Or,
this
not
microphone.
toilet, diaper changing training yet?
I'm hoping this microphone is doing its job, because he just woke up not too long ago and was crying. I think he had a stomach ache or something. I don't know. I was going to have to go downstairs before he started the video, but it's currently 11:30 almost here, 11:30 p.m. and it's way past his bedtime, and it's way past mine. So with that being said, thank you once again.
Man, you ain't got no bedtime. You're on leave.
Yeah, just for a week. I'm going to save the rest of those days for the Italy trip and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, once again, sorry. That's the end of the video. Thank you for everyone watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, we must leave in one way and one way only. Forza
Napoli.
sempre.
Why you?
Let's get this freaking Scudetto, man. Let's freaking do it. Let's